Welcome back to the Sovereign Renaissance. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at an interesting topic, actually, which is the alchemical reversal, transmuting the shadow of the scapegoat into sovereign power. The provocative question: are you a family outcast, or black sheep, or a hidden alchemist waiting to claim your throne? Society uses the scapegoat to carry its collective shame, but this isolation is actually a sacred forge for your sovereignty. We're going to flip the script and turn that systematic venom into unshakable spiritual gold. Now, in various folklore traditions and modern occult theories, the process of using magic to shift public perception, often called glamour or image manipulation, is described as a way to redirect blame from the perpetrator to the victim. When looking at how these dynamics are portrayed in esoteric practices or psychological spiritual theories, the following mechanisms are often cited. Number one, the use of glamours and false narratives. In occult circles, a glamour is a spell designed to make people see what the practitioner wants them to see, rather than the truth. To portray someone as a home wrecker, a practitioner might focus on the following: aura masking, attempting to cloud the victim's energy so they appear deceitful, seductive, or predatory to observers; and projection spells, directing their own guilt or the guilt of an actual straying partner onto the victim, effectively clothing the victim in the energy of the perpetrator. Number two, binding and silence rituals. A common tactic described in folklore is the sweetening jar, used in reverse, or a vinegar jar. Instead of bringing people together, these are intended to sour the victim's reputation within their community, freeze or bind the victim's tongue so they cannot effectively defend themselves or explain their side of the story, making their silence look like an admission of guilt. Number three, energetic displacement or scapegoating. This involves a ritualistic form of scapegoating. The practitioner attempts to transfer the spiritual stain of an affair or a broken home onto an innocent party. This is often done through effigies, also known as puppets, also known as voodoo dolls, using a representation of the victim to symbolically attach the label of homewrecker onto them. Mirror magic, aiming to reflect the practitioner's own negative actions back onto the victim so that any investigation or gossip naturally gravitates towards the target. And lastly, psychological seeds and thought forms. Some traditions speak of creating thought forms, concentrated mental energy sent into a social circle. The goal is to plant a seed of doubt in the minds of neighbors or friends. And once the idea that the victim is a threat is planted, the practitioner then relies on natural human confirmation bias to do the rest of the work. The intersection of magic and psychology. While these are described as magical acts, in many modern researchers and occultists point out that these methods mirror narcissistic tactics like smear campaigns, systematically destroying someone's reputation; reactive abuse, provoking a victim until they lash out, then using that reaction as proof of their unstable or home-wrecking nature. Lastly, triangulation, creating conflict between people to remain the victim or the hero in the center of the drama. In these contexts, the magic is often seen as a way to amplify these psychological manipulations, making the lies feel like gut feelings to those observing the situation. When we cease running from the shadow and instead step into its fire, we stop being the victims of our narrative and become the authors of it. The scapegoat does not just survive the wilderness, it becomes the sovereign ruler of its own inner kingdom, turning the base metal of shame into the gold of absolute spiritual agency. Now, if you liked today's video, please do like and share, subscribe. It will help us a lot share with the algorithms and get the content across to those who need it. And until next time, goodbye.